canvas refers to all this area between the menus and the trays. It's essentially the space where you're going to build your 3D objects, where they're going to live, and you're going to do most of your work. But this is where you'll spend most of your time. So we need to learn how to navigate through it just so you can be more productive. And there are a couple ways to kind of perform some of the same actions. You know, for example, you need to learn how to rotate around the objects, the 3D objects. You need to learn how to left click and then drag anywhere on the canvas. Alternatively, you can use the right click and drag to rotate as well. The second option is my preferred method, as you can click anywhere on the model to rotate. Whereas with the first option, since the click is used to kind of manipulate the mesh, the object directly, you're kind of limited to rotating the model only from the empty canvas. To pan or move the camera, hold Alt plus left click from basically any empty space here around the model. Or you can use Alt plus click from anywhere in the canvas, including if you're looking from the top view. So to zoom in and out, there's an easy way and a more complex method. I'll explain the difference here in just a bit. But the simple way, you can hold Control plus the right click and then drag up and down. Now this is kind of a weird method, but you'll get used to it the more you do it, especially if you're using a pen tool. So that's basically how you zoom in. There's another more complex way to zoom in, is by holding Alt plus click, which we can discuss will move the camera, but without releasing the click, you can let go of the Alt key. Then drag up and down to zoom in and out. The question is, why would you use the more complicated way of doing this? And the answer can only come after you use the software and kind of feel for how you want to use it. But I prefer the latter method for a couple of reasons. First, I learned it this way, just watching videos and tutorials. And you get comfortable with it. And the second one is I only need to rely on a single key, the Alt key, to rotate, to pan over the camera and to zoom in and out, which, if I'm using my Wacom tablet or any other tablet you might be using, you can assign the key to any of the buttons on that tablet. I don't even have to use a keyboard. It's ultimately your decision how you use that for your workflow and just really how you have organized your palettes and everything like that. So, but after a bit of practice, I'm sure you'll catch on fine. You'll understand all this navigation, but you really need to work through that and get the mechanics down to the process and get that ingrained in your brain, how the navigation works. But over time, it just becomes secondhand. You don't even think about it. You can concentrate on bringing your ideas and creations really into life in 3D from there.